That day I was explaining you about inertial frame and non-inertial frame. Inertial frame is one in which the Newton's second law of motion is valid. In which Newton's second law of motion is valid. That is called the inertial frame. It's clear that frame of reference means any coordinate system with respect to which any event is being described, means the position and the velocity, acceleration, other things are being described. So that is called the frame of reference. Inertial frame of reference is one in which the Newton's second law of motion is valid. Now, what is the meaning of validity of Newton's second law of motion? That also I have told. If F equals to 0 implies A equals to 0, or if F is not equal to 0 implies A is not equal to 0. As we know that, what is the Newton's second law of motion? F equals to m into A. M cannot be 0. M can never be 0. So if these conditions are followed, force is 0, acceleration is also 0. Force is not 0, acceleration is not 0. Then it means the Newton's second law of motion is valid. Non-inertial frame in which Newton's second law of motion is not valid. It's not valid means what do you mean by not valid means? Means if F equals to 0 but A is not equal to 0, then it means it is not applicable. And why? You can see here F equals to m into A. M cannot be 0. So F equals to 0, M is not 0, it is non-zero. This quantity is not 0. It's clear? Therefore, here it is not valid. It's clear? Or if F is not equal to 0, is implying acceleration is 0. Force is not 0, but the acceleration is 0. In that case also it is not valid. Then I have explained one example in which an event has been described by two observers. It's clear? You see once again that example. Here this is the cabin of an elevator. This elevator is made up of glass and this is the cabin of that elevator. And here a lamp is suspending. This is the lamp which is suspending from the roof of the elevator. Elevator is supported by a metallic rope. There is one observer inside the elevator and another observer outside. This is one observer and this is the another observer. You can take this observer as first and this as second. It's clear? And both are equally good in the physics also. So they know that how many forces are acting over the lamp. So how many forces are acting over the lamp? One is its weight and other is the tension in this string. Tension in the string with which it is suspending from the roof of elevator's cabin. This is the string with the help of which it is suspending from the roof of elevator's cabin. So there will be tension here and here its weight. This is the weight of lamp. Weight of lamp. It's clear? Suppose if this breaks, this rope breaks, then what will happen? it will fall with what acceleration? With acceleration due to gravity. What will be the observation of the first observer? So you can see here, first observer will find this lamp at rest with respect to him. It's clear? With respect to the first observer, he finds that the lamp is at rest. Though this whole system is moving, but he finds he has to describe the motion of the lamp. So he is finding that the lamp is at rest. Now, lamp is at rest, it means A will be 0 because it is at rest. Acceleration is the property of moving body, and since it is at rest, so acceleration will be 0. Acceleration is 0 means force equals to 0. He is applying the Newton's law. He is applying the Newton's law. Since acceleration is 0, therefore F will be 0. And F equals to 0 means the net force acting upon it is 0. Means what are the two forces? W and T. Therefore, W equals to T. Weight will be equal to tension. He deduces this result. He deduces this result. Now, what will be the second observations? Second observer's result. You can see here second observer's result. Second observer finds that the lamp is falling with this acceleration. Lamp falls with acceleration due to gravity. And since lamp is falling with acceleration due to gravity, therefore acceleration is not 0. Means F will not be 0. And F is not 0, it means W, therefore W will not equal to T. It's clear? Now see here. Here you can see the same event is described by two observers. The same event has been described by two observers. One is this and another is this. One is inside the cabin, other is outside the cabin. And they are getting the contradictory results. Their results are contradictory. Event is same, but the results are opposite to each other. So why there is this difference? So this difference is because of the frame of reference. It is because of the frame of reference. In one case, the frame is inertial, and in the other case, it is non-inertial. It's clear? In one case, the frame is inertial, and in the other case, this difference has, in observation has arise because of the change of frame of reference. It's clear? In one case, it is inertial, and in the other case, it is non-inertial. Now, in which case it is inertial? In case 1, it is inertial, or it is in for observer 2, it is inertial. Can you answer this question? In which case the frame is inertial? Anyone can tell? My audio is reaching or not?
Yes, sir.
So see here, in that case it will be inertial, in which the Newton's second law of motion has been applied correctly. So you check once again. What is the observation? Acceleration is 0.
In first case, it is inertial.
In first case, it is inertial. Now see here, acceleration is 0. So force will also be 0. Force will also be 0. Therefore, W equals to T. Here, Newton's second law of motion has been applied very correctly. There is no mistake in applying the Newton's second law of motion. Therefore, in the first case, it is inertial. Now you see the second case. You check for the second case also. What is the observation of second? Whether you are there or any other observer is there, everyone who knows the physics, he will deduce that lamp is in the accelerated motion. because this cabin is falling with, it is falling freely because of the breaking of the roof. Because of the breaking of the roof, this cabin is falling like a free body. Therefore, its acceleration will be acceleration due to gravity. Whosoever be the observer, he will deduce that the lamp is having this acceleration. It is clear? Means the motion of the lamp is accelerated. Accelerated means acceleration is not zero, means force is not zero, means W will not be equal to T. And here also Newton's second law of motion has been applied very correctly. Newton's second law of motion has been applied very correctly without making any mistake. So here also it is inertial. But the observations are different. So see here, it is assumed that any frame which is at rest, this is assumption. It's clear? Assumption. Any frame which is at rest, are moving with uniform velocity. With uniform velocity. Moving with uniform velocity means acceleration is zero. Will be inertial. Will be inertial. It is clear? While any accelerated frame means acceleration may be positive or negative, because negative acceleration is known as retardation. Any accelerated frame is non-inertial. It's clear? So now your problem has solved. For this, it is inertial because the frame is at rest. Here, frame is at rest with respect to this observer. While with respect to this observer, frame is moving. Frame is moving. Therefore, for the second observer, it will become non-inertial. It's clear? And if the frame is non-inertial, so we cannot apply Newton's second law of motion as it is. It cannot be applied as it is. It's clear? इसको इसी तरीके से अप्लाई नहीं कर सकते हैं इन नॉन इनर्शियल फ्रेम. It can be applied as it is only in the inertial frame. Okay? So this difference in observation is because of what fact? It is because of the fact that if for the first case the frame is inertial, while in the second case the frame is non-inertial. Therefore, we cannot apply this as it is. Then how will you apply? How will you apply Newton's second law of motion? It's clear? So see here. So have you got this point?
Yes, sir.
So now see here. Newton's second law of motion for non-inertial frames. Newton's second law of motion can be applied by introducing an imaginary force. Hello. कौन? मैम अभी 1 मिनट बात करते जरा क्लास की बस. For non-inertial frame, Newton's second law of motion can be applied by introducing an imaginary force, Fixier's force. Besides the already existing forces, the existing forces. Now see here, for non-inertial frame, Newton's second law of motion can be applied by introducing an imaginary force, by introducing an Fixier's force, besides the already existing forces. We will introduce one more force, which is not given in the question. That force is not given in the question, but we will introduce one more force in the non-inertial frame. In order to apply F equals to m into A in the non-inertial frame, we will introduce an imaginary force. We will introduce a Fixier's force. It's clear? What will be the Fixier's force magnitude? This Fixier's force will be equal to product of mass of body and acceleration of frame. It's clear? It will be equal to the product of mass of body and acceleration of the frame, and will act in what direction? It acts opposite to direction of motion of the frame. It is clear? Now see here, you see from this example, when you will write its equation of motion means the equation which we write by using this relation is called the equation of motion. The equation which we write using the Newton's second law of motion is called the equation of motion. It is clear? So how will you apply Newton's second law of motion here? In the second case, by introducing a Fixier's force. Besides these two forces, we will introduce one more force. What will be the magnitude of that force? Mass of the body, suppose its mass is what? We have taken mass equals to m. Mass of the body multiplied by acceleration of this frame. So what is the acceleration of the frame? It is equal to g. So m into g. And in what direction? Opposite to the direction of frame. Frame is going downward, therefore you will apply m into g force in upward direction. It is clear? So what will be the now equation? W will be equal to T plus mg. W equals to T plus mg. This will be the equation of motion for the second observer. For the second observer, W is not equal to T like 1. W is equal to T plus mg. It's clear? W is equal to T plus mg. Therefore, it is very rightly deduced from here that W is not equal to T. And why it is not equal to T? Because it is equal to T plus mg. It is clear? This point is clear? So now today I will do some numericals over this. Not over this, over this. How will you do the numericals based on the equation of motion? So then remaining part I will take in some other lecture. So you first see the question. You can open.
Sir, आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
आवाज नहीं आ रही है? और लोगों को आ रही है आवाज?
हाँ सर.
ये ऑडियो का थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम है. जब आवाज ना आए तो बताना, तो थोड़ा हम तेज आवाज में बोलेंगे ना. Now you can open your book. And the questions which are given in the beginning are very simple. So, कुछ दूसरे क्वेश्चन. Now see here, this is the question from some other book which is based on the equation of motion. Numericals based on F equals to M into A. Means net force equals to mass of the body into acceleration. Suppose you have to find the equation of motion of this. It's clear, all of you see here. To write the equation of motion of any body, what will you do? You find the net forces acting on the body. Number of forces may act over this. इस body पर number of forces लग सकते हैं. You find out their net resultant. That net force will be equal to its mass multiplied by its acceleration. This way you will write the equation of motion. Now you can see here. This question is not from your book, so you can note down. Here this is some table, and this is every surface is smooth here. Here friction we have not taken. There is a block of mass 6 kg. It is connected to a light and frictionless string. This is what? String. String का मतलब क्या है? डोरी है. It's clear. This is of 6 kg. And at the other end, a body of mass 4 kg has been suspended. You have to find acceleration and tension in the string. Acceleration and tension in string. This you have to find. It's clear? All of you see here. Here this is one segment of the rope. जब हमने पुली पढ़ाई थी क्लास 10th में, तो ये बताया था कि जो सेम सेगमेंट होता है उसमें थ्रू आउट क्या होता, सेम टेंशन होगा. It's clear? It is not that here tension is T1 and here tension is T2. It's clear? It is clear? And there was one more example of pulley system in which there were 3 segments of the rope, जिसमें 3 उसमें अलग अलग टेंशन लेते थे, T1, T2, T3. क्यों? क्योंकि तीनों रोप अलग अलग थी. यहाँ तो ये एक सिंगल रोप है जिसका एक एंड यहाँ कनेक्टेड है, दूसरा एंड यहाँ कनेक्टेड है, तो टेंशन क्या होगा? थ्रू आउट सेम होगा. इट्स क्लियर? नाउ इन विच डायरेक्शन इट विल मूव? कैन यू टेल मी whether it will go downward or it will go upward?
Upward.
It is upward. Very good. Purva. It will go upward.
Yes. Yes, sir, because the mass of 6 kg is
अच्छा, जरा
greater
तुम
than
अपने
4
घर में
kg.
टेबल में रख के करना है
Sir,
ऐसा.
downward. Sir, downward.
तुम अपने घर में टेबल में रख के करना. देखना क्या ये अपवर्ड जाता है?
Sir, downward.
या तो मूव नहीं करेगा या मूव करेगा तो डाउनवर्ड ही करेगा, क्योंकि अपने आप जब तक हम इधर से खींचे ना, कुछ फोर्स ना लगाएं, ये आ ही नहीं सकता. It is clear? Without pulling in this side, it cannot go upward. It's clear? So here it will go downward. Therefore, it will go in what direction? In this direction. Now see here. Suppose in any given time it goes down by 1 meter. तो बताओ ये कितना मूव करेगा? किसी सर्टेन टाइम में ये 1 मीटर डाउन जाता है, तो ये कितना चलेगा आगे?
2 meters.
पूर्वा क्या हो गया? It will also move by 1 meter.
1 meter.
It will also by move 1 meter. When why? Because both are the connected bodies. Both are the connected bodies. You can see here. ये दो connected bodies हैं. आए समझे? अब हमने क्या किया? एंड इनके बीच की डिस्टेंस कुछ भी हो, हमने क्या किया? इसको पुल करके इधर ले आए. सो व्हाट विल हैपन टू दिस? ये क्या होगा? कुछ यहां पर आ जाएगा. ये वाली ये पहली बॉडी है, दिस इज सेकंड बॉडी. यू हैव पुल्ड इट अप टू दिस पॉइंट, सो नाउ द फर्स्ट बॉडी इज हियर, सेकंड बॉडी इज हियर. व्हाट इज द डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ द फर्स्ट बॉडी? इट इज दिस. What is the displacement of the second body? It will also be the same as this. It will also be the same as this, because both are connected together. Both are connected together. This point is clear. And since they are connected together, therefore they will move with the same velocity. They will move with the same acceleration. It's clear. So this is the rule. Connected body always move with the same velocity. They always move with the same acceleration. It's clear. Here they are directly connected with one another. It's clear. So if you assume acceleration a here, so here also acceleration will be a. It is clear. This point is clear or not? Bolo.
Yes, sir.
Now we will make the free body diagram. What is the free body diagram? Free body diagram of every moving body. So how will you make the free body diagram? तो free body diagram में क्या किया जाता है? हम उस बॉडी पर जितने फोर्सेज लग रहे हैं उनको शो करेंगे. इट इज क्लियर. उस बॉडी पर जितने फोर्सेज लग रहे हैं उसको शो करेंगे, और वो किस तरफ मूव कर रहा है उस चीज को भी शो करेंगे. सो यू सी द फ्री बॉडी डायग्राम ऑफ 4 kg. नाउ इफ यू सी हियर on this 4 kg body, how many forces are acting? Who can tell?
Sir, acceleration due to gravity and tension.
पहले फोर्स बताओ, कितने फोर्सेज एक्ट कर रहे हैं? Acceleration is not force.
The two.
Two forces.
Two.
Just tell
Weight.
weight and
mg.
weight and tension.
Tension.
एक तो क्या लगेगा? वेट लगेगा, और दूसरा टेंशन. टेंशन तो ऊपर लग ही रहा है, दिखाई दे रहा होगा. वेट किधर लगेगा? वो हरदम नीचे लगता है. वेट क्या होता है? क्या फार्मूला होता है? m इंटू
G.
M into G.
m कितना है? 4 है. 4 इंटू
G.
It's clear. Now in which direction it is moving? So it is shown it is moving in the downward direction. अब देख लो, इस 4 kg की बॉडी पर दो फोर्सेज लग रहे हैं. 4 इंटू जी डाउनवर्ड, जी की कुछ वैल्यू होगी 9.8 होगी. 4 इंटू जी डाउनवर्ड एंड टी अपवर्ड. Which force will be bigger? कौन सा फोर्स बिगर होगा? Who can tell?
4G.
4G क्यों होगा?
सर क्योंकि बॉडी नीचे जा रही है.
क्योंकि बॉडी नीचे जा रही है. Body is moving in the downward direction. Therefore, 4G will be bigger. It's clear? And T will be smaller. So, what will be the net force? Net force will be equal to 4G minus T. So, from here, from this relation, net force equals to its mass multiplied by its acceleration. That is equal to 4 into A. This is the equation of motion of 4 kg body. इसको क्या कहते हैं? Equation of motion of 4 kg body. This point is clear? बोले
Yes, sir.
अगर ये आ गया ना. Now similarly we will write the equation of motion of 6 kg. I am writing here only. Equation free body diagram of 6 kg. Free body diagram of 6 kg. फ्री बॉडी डायग्राम मतलब बॉडी को फ्री कर लो, उस पर ये स्ट्रिंग स्ट्रिंग हटा दे ना। फ्री बॉडी डायग्राम का मतलब क्या है? बॉडी और बॉडी से फ्री है। नाउ हाउ मेनी फोर्सेस आर एक्ट ओवर इट?
सर 2।
इस 6 kg पर कितने फोर्सेस एक्ट कर रहे हैं?
सर 2।
2। कौन कौन से?
सर एक उसका वेट और एक टेंशन।
वेरी गुड। One is its weight, but listen here. Here we will not show this weight, and why we will not show the weight? One is the weight and other is the tension, and it is moving in what direction? In this direction. It is moving in what direction? In this direction. But we will not show the weight. क्यों नहीं शो करेंगे? क्योंकि इसका जो कंपोनेंट होगा in this direction कितना हो जाएगा? Its component in this direction it will become 6g cos 90, और cos 90 क्या होता है?
0।
0. Therefore it will be 0. Is clear? मतलब क्या है? अगर बॉडी जिस डायरेक्शन में मूव कर रही है उसके परपेंडिकुलर डायरेक्शन में लगने वाले फोर्सेज को छोड़ देती है। बॉडी जिस डायरेक्शन में जा रही है उसके परपेंडिकुलर डायरेक्शन में लगने वाले फोर्सेज को क्या कर देंगे? ड्रॉप कर देंगे। दिस पॉइंट इज क्लियर? दिस इज क्लियर or not?
Yes,
And
sir.
why? So because its component becomes 0. So only one force is acting in this direction in which it is moving. जिस डायरेक्शन में मूव कर रही है उस डायरेक्शन में केवल एक ही फोर्स लग रहा है। So what will be the net force here? Net force will be equal to T. It will be equal to its mass, which is 6 kg, into its acceleration, which is A. That is T equals to 6 into A. So this is the equation of motion of 6 kg body. Now you solve this simultaneously. You've got two equations. One equation is 4g minus t equals to 4 into a, and the other is 6 into a. When you will write 4g minus 6a equals to 4a, so 4g equals to 6a plus 4a, so 4g equals to 10a. It's clear? So what will be a? 4g upon 10. Now you know the value of g. So g is how much? G कितना होता है?
0.8।
कितना होता है? 10.
9.8।
We can take 10. So it will be 10. हम लोगों ने करेक्ट किया है ना? 6a, that is 4 10a. 10a equals to 4g. Yes, it is 10. So a equals to 4 meter per second square. Is this. Now what will be the tension? Tension in the string T, already you have deduced T equals to 6a. So 6 into 4, that is 24 Newton. Here we have taken G equals to 10 meter per second square. Whether this point is clear, how will you write the equation of motion? जिस बॉडी की इक्वेशन ऑफ मोशन लिखनी है उस पर कितने फोर्सेज लग रहे हैं इन द डायरेक्शन ऑफ मोशन, उन सबको क्या कर ले? मार्क कर ले। या अगर कोई फोर्स किसी दूसरी डायरेक्शन में